Listeners, good evening. You're welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, it's the Premier Sports Fan Center. We are here. Also, we are live on Facebook and other platforms also. So, we are here for the watch along of the game between Nigeria and Congo. It's almost an inconsequential game for the Super Eagles because it's like their run in the competition is as good as done because they lost their first two games of the competition, and so it looks like this is just a novelty match for the Chan Eagles right there. I'm not alone. My name is Afolayan Adeyemi, and I'll be yours for today, and I'm not alone in the studio. I have Paulo, the Arsenal fan. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me. But first of all, I'm a Nigerian fan for Arsenal, and that's why I'm here today. Like you said earlier on, it's more or less like an exhibition match for the Nigerian team because as it stands now, even though we win, we are definitely out. But it's a very, very painful one that, Nigeria, this is where we find ourselves, the Chan Eagles.
Yeah, it's a game that we'll see. Maybe they can at least save face before they come back home. It's like the spinach, the winning bonuses that have been splashed might not be splashed on these guys because they didn't make the country proud at the end of the day. So it's the third minute of that encounter. It's Nigeria 0, Congo 0. And looking at it, Paulo, the guys will try to save face today. Maybe let me ask, do you have expectation for today?
Well, I expect them to at least, go get something, at least even though it's a draw, a point, rather than going on with 0 point. And it's very, very shameful. And Nigeria we find ourselves in a group that has just 4 teams. Compared to other groups that there were 5 in the group. So if we find ourselves in that kind of group, that means we'll still not qualify. So I doubt they've played 2 games and
lost the
2. So it's very,
but
very
we saw Cote d'Ivoire qualify in the AFCON, the main AFCON, from a best losing position and later won the competition. So football can be unpredictable sometimes.
Yeah, but there's no best loser in this one now. So there's no.
That's what I'm trying to say. That if Nigeria was in those groups, maybe, just maybe, Nigeria might actually qualify. Might qualify at the end of the day.
Yeah, but at the same time, you need to look at other groups, teams that are there, and looking at our group, I see no reason why we should not qualify, from this group because the countries that are there, apart from Senegal, on a normal day we should be beating every other country. They're talking about Sudan and Congo, not DRC Congo, the other Congo. So it's very, very shameful that we find ourselves in this group and we are not qualifying compared to other groups. If you look at other groups, the likes of Morocco and Co are there, and it's just what it is. Nigeria, these boys, I don't think they were really prepared for this. I haven't seen how the female team talking about the.
But this is a different scenario because this is not the mainstay Super Eagles. It's just the home-based Super Eagles.
It's the same for every country there. So
but many of those countries, they practically brought the team they used to prosecute the AFCON because many of them play in their local league.
It's still the same locally. It doesn't matter as far as they play in the local league. So what you are trying to say is that we can't have any players from the local league that can play for the Super Eagles. It means that something is wrong with our league.
No, but you say that it's like telling us that tomorrow is Wednesday.
No, so it's very obvious. It's very obvious.
No. Are you surprised that something is actually wrong with the league?
I'm not that surprised, but I think at this stage, 2025, Nigerian league should be, much more better than the way it is today. Though they are gradually there's some improvement, but it's not where we are not where we are supposed to be when it comes to when you look at other leagues in Africa, even countries that there's ongoing war in those countries. You see their league. Like, take for example Sudan. There's war there. Even this Congo that we are playing today. No, okay, not this Congo. It's the other Congo. But the other Congo, no. the other Congo. They are also in this competition. I think that they are sitting second in that group. So Nigeria should be doing better. And
no, see, there's no argument about the fact that the boys needs to do better. But that you are surprised with this performance, I think that it's still left to be seen.
Yeah, I'm very, very surprised with this performance because, after all the preparation, they put, having the senior national team coach talking about Eric Chell, handling them. This time around, it's not about one, assistant coach, but the senior coach. See yet we can't even get a win against the likes of Sudan and Senegal. We're sitting rock bottom. We are playing. In fact, the country we are playing against has not lost any game so far. They've drawn 2, and no team have lost any game in the group apart from Nigeria.
Now, Paul, it seems you had big expectation for the boys going into this competition.
Yeah, I had big expectation for them, and I haven't seen like.
You were expecting that they would get the 100K dollars too.
Well, that was one of the reasons I was expecting a lot from them, because that money would have been motivated. You understand? And given the fact that before they even start the tournament, the basketball female team also won, and they were also giving. That means if you had won this tournament and we know what that amount means in Nigeria. It could change a lot for them.
Yeah, it could change the face of things.
In fact, it will change a lot for them.
Oh, sorry. It seems maybe they want to be like Arsenal last season that failed woefully right there. You can see Paul Schiller smiling. It shows that he's a passionate Arsenal fan.
Sorry to cut you short first.
We'll get to that. Now, the doc has joined us in the course of the show. The doc, you are welcome. And I know there are some kind of smiles that you can force it, but when you see disappointing performance and you just like force the smile, is that the kind of smile on your face?
Oh, well, thank you for having me on the show. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, moderator. Good evening, Paulo.
Yeah,
good evening, Nigerians and fans all over the world. I'm glad to be here, and thank God we're all here. And thankfully, Nigeria is playing this match, and we're playing in the match day 3 of the championship, African Championship Cup. As it is, there's no hope. We're just playing this for formality. Nigeria is 4th on the log behind Congo. And Congo has 2 points, Nigeria 0. And we have 2 qualifiers already. And Congo may join them. If they won this match, they may be 5 points, which make it more difficult for the other 2. But should it end this way, Congo will just end up with 3 points and remain 3rd and will not qualify. However, I'm expectant here that Congo will fight for 3 points. Yes, Congo will fight for 3 points. And with this crop of Nigerian players, they may get it. And should they get it, it will only compound the already injured wound that is inflicted on Nigerians. The wound has become ulcer already by this, by chicken. This chicken eagles. I can't call this one super eagles. This one's a chicken. They lost 2 out of 2 matches to underrated teams.
But looking at it, you said the ulcer. But it is when you are expectant that you'll be disappointed.
It's actually what you do when you go into a tournament. You are expectant. You want to win. Okay, so you're not just here. This is the
No,
Nigerian
as a
team.
fan, I'm talking about the fan.
This is a
perspective.
Nigerian team, and I expect them also to put up some fight.
Yeah,
Whatever
of
they
course.
do, let them qualify for the second round.
Yeah.
Let them be in quarterfinals. Even if we don't win it, let's know Nigeria was represented. Nigeria is not giving to losing in first round at this level of tournament.
Yeah.
Why not?
and
Even
it's
when
not-
you play the home base, the last encounter, the last championship, African championship, we didn't lose this woefully. Nigeria lost, I think, about the quarterfinals of that tournament. And look at the other representatives of Nigeria. These are representatives of Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether they are home based or not. They're representing the green and white colors of Nigeria. So we expect them to put up some fight. We expect them to put up some technicalities. And so many things were wrong from the start, you know. From the rest of the matches, which we all watched there, we were all part of it here, you could see that technically the team was wrong. Another coach qualified them for this tournament. Another coach was brought in to take them to the tournament, who didn't even know the boys. Okay, so Chelle might have been doing some fairly good job with the international boys who are already made, who already know what to do. They have played together for so long. They know themselves. They know what to do. He's not really coaching them anything. You can't do that with these ones. These ones are local players who play in Nigerian league where they have a pattern of winning. Now they have to play against technical sides. Imagine them playing against Kenya or playing against Algeria or Senegal.
When you look at this team, a chunk of them, I think maybe around 5 or more or thereabout players that was involved in the qualifier are not available because they've took the next available flight out of Nigeria and they are no more playing in the Nigerian league.
And to call some of those players are even playing other countries,
Other
African countries,
but they are not eligible to play because they are not playing. Yes, a lot. In fact, important players in this team that qualify.
But that tells you how shoddy or how poor the technical team is. Because please hold on. Because the Zambian team lost their whole first team with reserves. 18 players perished with their coaches and their technical crew. Didn't stop them from qualifying for that tournament. They qualified because they built another team immediately and qualified from local boys. They went to the Nations Cup and got to the final of that Nations Cup. They almost defeated Nigeria. The game ended 2-1 or something. So what's wrong with Nigeria building teams? We have how many clubs in the NPFL? How many teams do we have in the NNL?
When we talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League, you have to look at the reality of keeping your best legs. Now, the essence of this competition is bring your best legs in the league, come and play, and at least progress. Now, in the situation whereby most of the best legs enter the next available flight, many of these players are on loan. You see, if you dig deeper into the Nigerian league, a whole lot is wrong with it.
Okay, so
So now, I don't blame...
This is not the Nigerian league. This is you representing Nigeria.
It is the quality that is available in the Nigerian league that they will select from.
But how are we sure that these are the best in the Nigerian league?
If they are selecting the best quality from the Nigerian league, who are the coaches that know these players that will select?
They are the assistants. It is those coaches. Every church is just, in his contract, it was stated that he would be the one to take over the Chan Eagles and also. So I think normally most of this selection, he will consult his assistant Okumodede and Fidelis.
Okay, so are we saying of all the 20 leagues clubs we have, and the NNL, we had about how many clubs? About 40 clubs in the NNL, if not 200 clubs in the National League. These are the best we can get. And should we even get this as the best? Is this the best they can do strategically?
What if it is the best?
No, even if it's the best.
I don't agree. This should not. This can't be the best we have.
I'm even saying,
honestly,
should this be the best legs we have?
One thing
in terms of fitness. Is this the best technical output you can put together?
But these boys are dominated from the two teams that topped the league.
But that's based on their technical abilities.
But they won the league, and the other was top on the league too also. So they actually...
Excuse me, you're talking about the NPFL?
Yes.
These Remo boys, Abi? You're talking
A
about
lot
Remo
of them are
boys.
Remo
They
boys.
have like 5 Remo boys here.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5 Remo boys.
I think
Does
there
it
are
mean that they will technically gel with other people? Does it mean they will gel and play national football like local football? That's what I'm saying.
But one thing I discovered...
The coaches are supposed to look at the technical input and strategize and play strategically. They have to play strategically. You're playing against Senegal. How does Senegal play? Have you watched them play? Have you seen how their philosophy is? What are the kind of qualities their players have? How do we circumvent that? Did you map all those?
They will map all those
But
things.
it wasn't obvious. It didn't show.
There's no coach that will want to go into a match at this age
No,
that
but
will not
the way
study
they
the
have
opponent.
played
It
against
doesn't
Senegal,
matter. Sometimes you plan and it doesn't
no,
work
but
out.
the way they played against Senegal and the way they played the last match against what country again was that? Sudan?
Sudan, yeah.
Against Sudan
Yeah.
showed they were not technically fit. Those two teams were superior to them in the gameplay.
But they were coming from a better league. Those teams could afford to take some of us our players.
Excuse me about coming from a better league.
Yes.
I just told you of Kalusha Boya's example. I'm a footballer, all right? And I can tell you that even if you have a team that is that is technically below another team, if you structure that team well and build their mentality well with a good pattern of strategy, you can defeat the stronger team very well.
As a unit.
How many times have we seen that? Is it not a team? It's supposed to be a team.
You know,
So build your team.
looking
Build your
at
team,
the way-
set your formation, and let us see your strategy. But there's been no strategy.
looking at the way they qualified, they played well. But the key, every team has the key factor of those teams. And I think that due to the fact that they don't really have, all those time for friendly matches, arrange this, get to know the boys. So the real practice section is in the qualifier itself, where you get to understand the boys and all. And the marquee guys, I've forgotten some of their names. I think 2 solid OD midfielders and some other marquee guys in the team are taking the next flight out. So I think that to replace those guys, it's not just mean fit. You can't just replace them overnight, because these are the guys that you have built the team around. So these are some of the challenges that I see the Chan Eagles go through. And why? Because of the remuneration in the Nigerian league. Most of these guys are not going to England. Some of them are going to Sudan because maybe they are earning 1 million here. In Sudan, they get to earn 5 million. And see, I think we are just trying to, when a house is about to shake, just try to move the window, try to change the door. We are not going to the root. The root of the problem is the league is not really, really functional.
Okay, so you're still saying the same thing, and I'm still going to try and explain this, maybe for our viewers. The factor here might not absolutely be in this selection, because these players have the basic and the professional skills to play football. These are tested, experienced footballers. These are the same people that play in Europe. Do you understand? If you groom these boys, take them to Europe, put them inside some technical teams, you won't know they are deficient. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
You won't know. Because they will blend in and they will function with the other teams, because they have a format, they have a strategy, they have technical ideas, they know what to do. But here, we have a challenge here, because the players were brought in to fill certain holes of players who already knew what they were doing.
To the viewers, the game is 21 minutes old and it's still 0-0 Nigeria, 0 Congo, 0. It has been a balanced game so far, but let's see who will come up tops at the end of the day. And Congo has a chance here Oh, but AFCON was there to do what was needed to be done. So your thoughts, though?
And there might be a penalty against Nigeria.
Maybe.
Yes, the Congolese player that nodded the ball has gone down and the referee is checking it.
So we'll get to
yes, so they might just get to.
But I think the
Nigeria's confidence.
officiating too had been questionable in some aspects.
It's a foul. It's a
It's a
head-on
foul.
collision. It's a foul.
It's a foul.
It's against Nigeria. It's a penalty.
We just have to
Anyway,
confirm
we'll
that.
wait for VR to
Yeah.
come up with that. So look at things the way they are, because you're looking at the league. I am looking at beyond the league, and some players have left. Why would you want to fill those holes? You don't have to fill those holes. All you need to do is reformat. Look at the players you have and build your formation. What did Mourinho do the first year he came to Premiership? Did he have all the best legs?
But he bought.
Did he have all the best legs in that first season? What did he do first? He changed their formation. He changed their mentality. What did Diego Simeone do to Atletico Madrid? He changed their formation. He changed their mentality. He changed their playing strategy. From playing freely, he turned them to defensive. Defend, low block, high block, whatever kind of block, mid block. Just make sure, first of all, we are not conceding. Then let's put one or two people to do runs for counter-attack. If we don't have the players to hold the midfield, switch to defensive formation and then create runners. Look for people who have speed and pace. Let them take the ball. Plant one number 9 there. Let him tap in. It's a strategy.
Yeah.
If you can't control the midfield. But if you have midfielders that can control, then play from the midfield. If you have wingers, use a Finidi. If you don't have a Finidi, then you have to play another pattern. Let me remind you. When we played in 1994, Nations Cup and World Cup, whenever Amunike was injured, Nigeria could not play from the left. We couldn't play from the left. Clemens Westhoff was very clear about it. Whenever Amunike was not available, it's not that he's going to look for another left winger and put there. Because that left was built around Emmanuel Amunike. So putting another player there, you are just trying to create something that was not there. So he changed the pattern. Every effort will go towards Finidi and then through the midfield. Samson Siasia, Daniel Amokashi, Rashidi just stay in the box. So forget that left wing. Nothing is coming from there. But you can take it from the center. Olise, move the ball around.
But these things are subject to the opponent.
No, but what we are saying is that strategies win wars. It's not the machines. It's not the people. It is strategies that win wars. And these guys,
but you can have a good strategy. You can have a good strategy and not have the personnel to prosecute it.
That means you don't have a good strategy. What's a strategy? The strategy is built around what you have, around your resources. So if you don't have the resources and you are building strategies, then you are foolish. That's not a good strategy. Why would you build a small, a fast-flowing football around slow players? You build what they can play. Let me remind you, Xavi Hernandez mentioned something because that's the first. Oh no, over the bar. Okay, so Xavi was asked why he was always turning and rotating when he had the ball. Xavi mentioned something. He said when he started playing football, his challenge was to try and distribute the ball very quickly, but he noticed he didn't have the speed. So the coach of the period, the coach that brought him up, I think it was Frank Rijkaard or somebody before Rijkaard, the coach told him, instead of trying to go forward, turn. So whenever I collect the ball, he knew that before he makes the next, because he has short legs and he didn't have that pace, before he makes the next move, they will collect the ball. So instead of going forward, he turns to his own side. He turns around. And before you know it, he has turned 360 and is facing the opponent. So people look at him and say, Xavi, Chiababa, he's always turning around. Yes, that's his own strategy that the coaches built in him. So such a player, you can't use him in a fast-paced game. It has to be a compression kind of game where you have the triangles always there. You are using diamonds, you are using triangle. Iniesta will show up, Messi will show up. You know. So as it's turning, they have shown up. Short pass, short pass.
So in actual sense, let me come to Paulo here. Paulo, you heard what the doc said about putting the major blame on the technical department of it. Do you share in his thought?
I think the blame should not only goes to the technical team. It should also goes to the league. That's the local league itself as a whole, because these players, they represent Nigerian league. What it means is that for the technical team, to have pick this set of players, it means that these are the best we have available in the league. But if these are the best we have available in the league, it means that our league is
and just to go, and Nigeria has a corner kick right there, taking headed out, still in dangerous area. But the referee says it's a free kick to Congo in the 27th minute of that encounter. That was a close one, but not so close for the Chan Eagles right there. But it's an inconsequential game. Maybe they will just make the Nigerians proud. Back to your thoughts.
Yeah, as I was saying, I said the blame should not all go to the technical team, but also to the league. It means that we need to wake up as a country, talking about the Nigerian league. Yeah, because what we are seeing now is that Congo, Sudan, Senegal, their leagues are better than our own. That is, it has shown now. Because if you look at it now, we've played 2 matches, we've not scored 1 goal. 1 goal. In fact, the whole of this tournament, I think we have only 3 teams that have not scored a goal, and those 3 teams, they already have a point. But Nigeria, we've not scored a goal. We don't have any point. It means that going forward, we are not good. Defensively, we are not good. Take for example, Kenya. They've not scored any goal in this group, but they have 2 points. It means that going forward, they are not good. But defense, they are very okay, because they'll be able to, keep clean sheet and having then. But for Nigeria, going forward, defense, goalkeeper, midfield, everything is not there. So the blame should goes to everybody. And I also agree with Doug when he talks about the technical team, because, and I said it earlier on, you are having the highest coach in the land, which is Eric Chell, taking charge of this.
Don't just say the highest coach.
He is, because
the coach of the national team.
The national team, the super, is
but
the highest
coach
in the highest in the land. As it stands, is the highest. And you are taking charge of Chan. So what it means is that if he's taking charge of the main Eagles and we are playing other countries like Sudan or other countries, that means we will not be able to defeat them. You can't tell me we can't even get a goal. And with the way they are playing in this match, I don't know where our goal will come from. We are even very lucky that we've not considered in this game. So we need to after this tournament, we need to scratch anything Chan go, then start afresh.
No, but I disagree with you. You know why I disagree with you? Because you're putting the blame on the league.
We'll come back to
and the manager.
The Chan Eagles has a free kick right here, and he takes it into the box. Control, and the shot was blocked by the Congolese defender right there. So throwing to the Chan Eagles. Half an hour gone already in that one. It's still 0-0. No clear-cut chance yet, but it's just possession in contention at the end of the day. Back to your thoughts.
Yeah, so why I disagree with his comment, especially the first part, is this. You want to put the blame on the league.
Not the league only. I added the league.
No, that was your first major point. Let's blame the league. How can you blame the league?
Because the league produced these players.
No, that's a rhetoric, actually.
The manager is not going to bring players elsewhere. He's going to bring
please
bring the players
allow me to bring out my own
Okay.
thoughts, please. How can you blame the league when you have players, professional footballers in the league, the same footballers that go abroad and excel and become superstars?
How many has excelled lately?
No,
from the league?
Let's hold on.
Okay.
These are the same players that we take abroad and they become superstars. We have a lot of league clubs. Apart from the MPFL, we have NNL, we have juniors, we have academies. Now, players have been given to you. What do you do with them? When life offers you lemons, what did they say you should make with it?
Lemonade.
You're expecting orange and they didn't give you orange. Orange is scarce or not available, and it's lemon you get. Are you going to weep? Are you going to cry? Are you going to sit down and be rolling on the floor like, hey, it's lemon they give me, I don't have players, No. As a good coach or a good set of coaches, You should use that lemon and make your lemonade, make it sweet. Let people enjoy something. Let there be a niche. Let there be a value. Let there be something. Your own, what do we call this now? Your own selling point. Let it come from that your weak team. Let people see that Nigerian players dominated play. Nigerian players did runs on the flanks. Nigerian players were able to attack the opponent, or they defended. What is the niche of this team? What's their selling point?
Before we come back to your thought for our viewers, you can join the conversation on our live chat. Let us know what you think and what you feel about what we are talking about. So let us see your view. Yeah, read out your views here and hear your opinion live on set here. So you can join the discussion. And there's a message right here from Benedict Boniface who says, hi guys, will Nigeria qualify if they win with a wide margin? In fact, if they win with 1,000-0, they are going back to their country right there. So Ochanya Blessing says, are these boys not interested in the dollars?
I think these ones, they don't like dollars.
It's not as if they don't like it.
I don't think they like dollars at all.
Sometimes it doesn't just work out. And there's also Akim Bello, who says, thanks for your analysis. I blame everyone in this country for the poor performance of Chan. Part of the players that qualified these teams are not available again. And Akim Bello is now reiterating what I was saying from the onset, because as he you know, for some years or thereabout, I was in the game. I was playing. I was going for trials. So I understand some of these things. See, talent is talent. You can't replace them overnight, no matter how good your league is. Talk less of a league whereby a lot of your best legs are not always stable. And thank you, Akim Bello, Ochanya Blessing, and Benedict Boniface for your thoughts. We hope you drop more thoughts for us and other guys to join in the conversation too. Now, the doc, you like, okay, you want to stick the blame to the tech.
You know what they say? Yeah, the technical team includes the NFF. You know what they say about management? When things are bad in the company, who do you blame? The staff?
The management.
You don't blame the staff.
But
you have to blame the head. What is this? This is a team game.
Yeah.
Yeah, who do you blame?
The blame, they have to share the blame.
Oh, who do you think they will sack if they lose? If this game was tied to somebody's job, whose job will it be?
It will be the coach's job, and some of the players too will not come again.
Yeah, excuse me.
We might not see them again. This might be the last time you'll be seeing them.
If this was on somebody's job, it's not going to be the player's head. It's going to be the coaches. Those are the people they employed. These players are playing voluntarily, first of all, for Nigeria. And then you pay them allowances. They are not on salary. These coaches are paid to deliver. And part of their delivery KPI is to produce a team that can, one, give us a win. Number two, make us enjoy football and give us glory. Which of those have been ticked here by these ones? That's what I'm saying. Let me remind you, Korea 2002. You remember Korea? The World Cup. What did South Korea have as a team? Which players did they bring? Was it not
It's not about the name. It's about the capacity.
Which players? What capacity did those players have? Who knew any of them? Did you even know any of those players before the World Cup?
But you can't compare that Korean team.
That Korean team.
They were hosting. They had time to prepare. The coach had, I think, over 2 years or thereabouts to work with the players. This coach is just joining this team for the first time. This competition.
But why is he the one heading the team?
Because he just got the job of the Super Eagles.
The question is, why is he heading the team?
I think it's part of the contract.
It's part of the contract.
Even if it's part of his contract, then he should understudy those who know the team. Okay, I talked about Korea now, and I gave the example of Korea. Korea went as far as semi-finals in that World Cup, defeating all the big shots with all the big names and the super players. So when you guys are saying when they don't have the players, It's not just about the players.
No, the players are not names. The players is about the capacity.
They are names. That's what you people are saying. Their
No,
best
it's-
legs have left. Is
Yeah,
that
no,
what you
no,
have
no,
said?
I
I'm
didn't
talking
say
about the
best
best
legs.
legs.
I said best legs.
You said
That
their
is
best
capacity.
legs.
Yes.
You said their best legs are
I didn't say
the
best
best legs were in Japan. They were in Germany in that year. The best legs were in Brazil. The best legs were everywhere else.
Best leg of the Nigerian league. On the norms,
You
is,
are not getting
Yeah.
it. You're not
I
getting
tell
what
what
I'm
you are
saying.
saying.
I said
What
we're
you are
not
saying
doing
is
this for the
the
sake of
coach.
banter.
No, I'm saying. See, what I get what you are saying, that the coach could have found a way to make the utensils they have work. I get your point.
There are
But sometimes-
coaches there who have coached these players.
But sometimes for instance, let me give you a practical example. When last has a Nigerian team gone into the group stage of the Champions League, CAF Champions League, CAF Champions League. When last?
I can't
It's been-
remember.
it's
When
been
last
long.
has a Nigerian
You
team
see-
got into the quarterfinal?
It's been
Now,
long.
if they
You're
don't
talking about-
get past as a Nigerian club, does it mean that we should continue that way?
No,
How many Nigerian
no,
coaches are
No,
qualified?
what
to-
is
to- to-
now?
to-
Now,
to
where I'm
lead?
going to now.
And there's a
thank you for-
situation here now. We
Somebody's
need to
getting
check
a
this
red
now. I
card
think
here.
Nigeria might be getting a red
That's a
card.
red card. That's a red
I
card.
think so. It's
That's
getting
a red
worse.
card.
It's getting worse.
That's a boot to shame.
From fine pan to fire for Nigeria.
No, if they're already in the
if
fire,
this is
there's no-
confirmed,
there's
in
no
fact,
fine
this
This
one
is
is
a red
started
card.
in fact, from
this game
fire
in
to fire.
They started in the
Wow.
fire.
Adding more
Maybe
fuel,
they are just
more,
doing
more,
it to
more
the
fuel
furnace.
into it.
You can put them in the furnace now.
I just hope they won't issue him a red
He
card.
cleared the
It's
ball
just-
before the stamp.
You'll likely get it
Or
right.
is there offside?
He cleared the ball before the stamp.
No offside.
So
So, let's just.
maybe the referee will have one headache to think
I
about,
just
because
hope
he cleared the ball.
it doesn't. It doesn't
They
matter.
see
There's-
it matters.
it
because,
depends on the
see,
rules
It's
of
a
the-
motion game.
No,
You cannot clear the ball and adjust your leg. You might get injured.
but at the same time,
So
we
there
see
are two
the
ways.
situation
You see,
whereby
there's a reason
play-
why the referee kept. See, he cleared the ball. So you have to consider that as a fact. So I don't know.
let's
It's
see.
50-50.
give
Let's
them
see
a
what the
foul,
coach, the
give
referee
him a
will
yellow
say
card.
at the end of the day. So 39th minute, approaching the 40th minute,
After
it
VAR.
looks like
Is
oh,
it
that's
penalty
a free kick.
or
It's a
free
free
kick?
kick.
It's a free kick.
Why is it now pointing as if
There's
it's
a
penalty?
free kick
There should
and,
be a yellow card?
It's
No
a
red
yellow
card.
card. You see, I told
It
you.
was a dangerous tackle.
It was a dangerous tackle, but not. You have to check the intent. You know, there's a part of the rule that speaks about referees' discretion.
Yeah.
So I think you see, he cleared. His eyes was on the ball, so you have to consider that factor. You see, he cleared the ball. There was no way he could reverse that leg. So yeah, that's why even the penalty handball leading to penalty rule too.
But he had a follow through. He had a
revised.
follow through. He could have withdrawn that follow through. That's why he got the yellow card.
No, he cleared.
He had enough
the
time
ball.
to withdraw the follow through.
No, I disagree.
No.
Yeah,
I know.
tackles like that, you don't.
No,
It
you can't
was
withdraw.
one leg on the floor, one leg straight. You
Yes,
can't
he could
return
fold.
that
He
leg.
could fold his right knee.
In that with that pace,
Yes.
I disagree. And Akim Bello also says here, he said Nigerians promote other leagues and downgrade theirs. Everyone work for money. No money in Nigerian league. Our teams don't go beyond first round for the past many years, and we want to win CHAN. You see, next, Akim Bello also said the coaches use what we have, and we know
Thank
that
you.
we are not good enough financially, psychologically, and what a few. And okay, I guess it's mentioned to mention a few. These players are not fit. Now, when looking at the thoughts of Akim Bello,
Yeah.
which has been some of the things I've been saying,
Including mine.
including and
Because let me cut you short. You know, he talked about Korea. You know, going as far as
no,
the
not about
semi-final.
cutting me short.
Okay, let me just
You want to hear your
come
view?
in. Let me hear my view.
Yeah.
He talked about Korea going as far as semi-final, and he was saying that nobody knew those players before then. And most of those players were playing in the local league for Korea. I don't think there's any players playing outside.
And the K-League
and it shows, yes,
not bad.
that is the power of the league. That is what I'm saying. The league also here should be blamed. Look at what Akim just said now.
You play for money. You work for money.
Because the manager, if you put all the blame on Eric Chair, it won't be 100% true.
It's not
right.
fair.
It's not fair.
That's
because
not fair.
he is not going to pick, unlike when he's handling the Super Eagles, he has the freedom to pick from Cameroon, pick from here. But now you are picking only from Nigeria, and now it's less than 1 year in the job, and I can say that he has not traveled around the whole country to even watch some of, and that is why he has other technical, the assistants. And I want to believe, and I want to be stand corrected, that he's not the only one that picked these players. I want to believe some of those.
So, 42nd minute of that game, you go back to your thoughts. And the Chan Eagles, not the Super this time, they escaped getting that red card the other time. And possession is still in contention, no clear-cut chance to call maybe something close to a goal yet. It's just boys chasing around the ball, and they're just trying to force lay their claim on the game right there. But hey, that long pass forward for the run of the Nigerian striker was intercepted by the Congolese player right there. It's still 0-0 approaching the 42nd minute of that encounter, and looking at the way it's going right there, the Chan Eagles, after this game, they should be on the next flight back to the country. Now, the doc, you heard what I read out about what Akim said. He said people work for money, and that's why when they get better offers, they leave with the talent that they have. That when last have Nigeria gotten into the group stage, I think he was talking about the CAF Champions League right there. What are your thoughts on that?
Now, you asked the question I think he was responding to by answering that question, which is a good feedback. Thank you, Mr. Bello,
Akim,
for that comment. Now, however, I'm still in my position. And the position is pretty simple. And, Paulo, you are getting it wrong by thinking I'm castigating Chel or Chele. I am talking about the technical crew, and that includes the coaches assisting him. Those coaches assisting him know these players. They know them well. If this team is performing woefully, the first touch goes to the coaches. What did you tell them to play? The second one comes to the players. Did they play what you asked them to play? Could they have done it better? Is this the best you got? Yes, that one has been given. This is what NFF gave them to work with. How long did you have to work with these ones? You didn't have enough time. So what can you do within the short period you have to avoid embarrassment?
What if it's a situation of there was nothing you could do?
Now, no, there's always something you can do. I am very confident of that because I have personally coached many teams, not just football, before. And I have seen people bring things out of nothing before. I'm saying that because these are professional footballers, and if you agree with me that coaches actually change narratives of team. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Good. So you will agree with me also that what I'm saying makes sense. You guys are pointing,
I'm not saying
you're
it
pointing the
doesn't make
touch
sense.
towards the National Professional League. We know that is a rot. The professional league might not be where it should be, all right? But we're saying, look, we have players that you will need to bring out and use.
And that's a good chance from Congo. But the guy ballooned it high. I think that ball might go and land in maybe South Africa with the way he ballooned it.
So you want these players to represent the national flag. And these are not the best you want, but this is what you have. What are you going to do with the ones you have? How do you groom them? What pattern would you teach them? Cote d'Ivoire came in when we went for Cote d'Ivoire Nations Cup last year. What did Nigeria play under, what was our coach again?
Pesero.
What did Pesero play?
It was defensive.
Was he playing an open game?
It was defensive.
He wasn't playing an open game. People criticize him, right? This is not the Nigerian team we know. It's not, the game is not flowing. We're not playing. How can we be playing defensive? Did Pesero get us to final or not?
We got us to final, but couldn't get us over the edge.
But well, he got us to the final, and if
Which
not,
a lot of people died.
if not for how it turned out, we scored first at the final. We could have maintained his defensive position and defended the goal.
Nigeria defended.
We were actually defending all through in that game.
Yeah,
We
but
could
the
have
pressure
defended the goal.
was so much that
yeah.
they couldn't contain.
Yes, you could have defended that goal and won by a lone goal. Or we could have defended that goal and scored another one in counter-attack. What he was playing was a counter-attack football. You can't say it's defensive football. You block, you mark, you set up your defense in a full block, and then you create positions and players that can execute counter-attack. That was his strategy. He had a strategy. My point here is, what is the strategy in this game, in this team? This is
as you know what they've done behind the scene, because this still has to boil down to quality also. Because there are some strategy that you need some kind of players. Yes, you mentioned the kind of players you have. You use them. But sometimes, it doesn't always work that way. It doesn't always work that way. Polo, you heard what the doc said about, okay, putting the manager on the spot. Like, calling him to take responsibility for what calling them
the
technical crew, the coach included, which the coach has the final say. So when you talk about technical crew,
yes,
the coach
them.
has to
you have to call them and I'm saying them because Eric Chell just joined that team. But there are coaches that have been coaching that team before him, so they are also top grade A-class coaches. They are A-grade coaches, so they should be held responsible for this.
I don't know about the A-grade coaches.
They are A-grade coaches. Ogumode is an A-grade coach.
Now, Paulo, you heard the dog's thought on that, but do you beg to differ, or do you have another perspective that we can touch on? Because this conversation is very, very important, because as Nigerians who want to see this kind of thing repeat itself.
Yeah, I agree that the technical team, should be blamed, but not 100% all blame should go to them, because I still maintain my earlier stance that including the league itself should be blamed. But I was here for the first match and the second match, and I was also here now for the third match. What he said about tactics, I also said in the first two second matches we played. I couldn't find any tactics from the manager. There was nothing to show for it. It was as if maybe they just went and called those boys from, their house, come, take the Nigerian jersey, let's go. And, they've never seen each other before. And to make things worse is that most of these players,
they play together.
They play together. We have about 5 players from the same clubs, and the way they are playing like they've never seen each other before. That is why I said the league also, it means that our league, we are just pretending to, but it's not where it is supposed to be now. Because if this is the best we have from our league, it means that something is definitely wrong. The Nigerian manager, why I say should not be blamed completely, is because he's not taking charge of the league. Unlike the other guys there, his assistants and co. And he talked about blaming the manager, because now one thing we've seen with the Super Eagles technical team is that whenever they want to fire, look at the previous managers, they do fire. You see, it's only the head coach, they just fire. They still retain most of the staff, the assistants. Most of these guys, the technical crew, most of them, they've been there for more than 5, 6, 7 years, and there's no improvement. You are still keeping them there. And most of them, they all coach. In fact, I think Nigerian assistants, because we have first assistant, second assistant, most of them, they have clubs. They coach. I don't know of how many countries that you see their assistant coach and still coaching other clubs. It's only in Nigeria I see. I don't know if there are other countries that are doing like that. But despite that, there is no result. So the tactics is not there. The players themselves, they in fact, I won't want to believe that this is the best we have, but according to the technical team, this is the best they claim Nigeria have. So the blame alone should not go to the manager only. It should go to everybody, both the league, the technical team, NFF and co. And you talked about most of the guys that qualified them, having gone to other country. I don't think that should be the reason we should be playing poorly like this, because the other countries too also, I want to believe that some of the players that qualified them too, they might have left, for another leagues also. So the blame should go to everybody, the league, the manager, the technical crew, NFF, except for we Nigerians, because in the comment section, I think one of our viewer was saying all Nigerians should be blamed. I'm not part of them.
Frustrated as we are, we will want to voice out comments, and some people will put umbrella in labeling. Let's just blame NFF. Let's just blame everybody. Nigeria itself should be blamed. However, we're analysts here, and we're not just looking at blaming anybody. We're looking at technical issues. And we're trying as much as possible to get our viewers to understand some of these things. Nigerian Football League is giving, not doing well. It's not even rated top 9 in Africa.
It's not.
So let's leave that aside. But right here in AFCON, we have professional footballers. 18 of them or 24 of them were taken. And these are professional players. What are you going to do with them? You know you don't have the capacity you want. You don't have the abilities you desire. What do you do with what you have? I have a player that can run on the flanks. What is stopping me from making that flank usable?
And for our viewers, you can actually subscribe to our channel and let us so that whenever we come up like this, you will get notified for our awesome programs that we have here for your viewing pleasure. And so the watch along continues. It's halftime already in that encounter. It ended at halftime 1-0 Nigeria 0 Congo 0 at the end of the day. And so far the other fixture also going on, Sudan Senegal, is also 0-0 at this point in time, also halftime there. And yesterday the game between Algeria and Niger ended 0-0, while South Africa, Uganda ended 3 goals apiece, also 3-3.
That
back to your thoughts,
actually sent South Africa home. And they are home.
No, they're not at home.
They played in South Africa.
No.
This match was played in South Africa.
No. I think in Tanzania.
This match, South Africa versus Uganda, was played in South Africa. Yes.
I will just have to confirm because I think Tanzania are the host. We just have to confirm that.
Wow. After going 3-1 up, I think, and they actually conceded.
But I think that was one of the most entertaining game, 3-3. Unlike the one we are witnessing right now.
It was a beautiful game.
We're seeing
so full of tension.
Yeah, it means that both teams, probably the South Africans, they are not up for the game because how can you go 3-go up and
But how did they score 3 in the first place?
Well, actually, they ended the same point with Algeria. I think they are out based on goal concede, because they scored more goals than Algeria.
Yesterday.
Yeah, they have same number of points with Algeria, 6 points, but they conceded more. In Africa, it's about the number of goals you concede, not goals you scored. So unlike Nigeria, we failed to score. Clean sheet, no, nothing. In fact, a team is having 6 points and it has been knocked out. Whereas we have the Nigerian group, the likes of Sudan and Senegal, they are, as it stands now, with the one that playing.
The game yesterday was played in Kampala.
Yeah. Kampala. I think it's Kampala, not Uganda.
Yeah, I don't think it's South Africa.
That's right? Uganda versus South Africa.
If it's in Kampala, that means it's in Uganda.
It's Nelson Mandela National Stadium, Kampala. Back to the Super Eagles conversation and Congo. And Congo needs a 3 point, needs all 3 points to actually have a chance to progress into the next round of the competition. And so far, Doc, what did you see Congo taking out 3 points in this game?
Oh, well, they are not likely winners. They are as poor as the Nigerian team. Both of them are like 50-50. So, but Congo needs the 3 points more than Nigeria does. So I think Congo will fight for it more than Nigeria is fighting for it. So if it goes down Congo lane, I won't be shocked because Nigerians have nothing to lose. They're only playing for pride. They have nothing to get from here, just pride. So I don't think the boys will go all out to injure themselves from the match, but the Congolese have something they're fighting for. They want to qualify. And should they win by beating Nigeria, they will get 5 points and be ahead of the table. And they have a chance.
They might not be ahead, they might still be third, because if both team draws, it will mean that is the other group.
Then you're going to look at goal difference.
That's where it comes, and
But their goal difference is 0. They've been playing draw.
Yeah, so
so they are good.
We just have to wait and see. But if you ask me the same question, I think Joe, if you look at the stats in the first half, Nigeria, we've only had 1 shot on target, while the other team have 0 shot on target. But you could see that the Congolese, they're trying their best. They're not the best, when it comes to football in Africa. Even their main national team, they are not there. I think they are still way below in terms of both, ranking also. But Nigeria, we've not covered ourselves in glory. But like he said, I won't be surprised if they go ahead and get the win, because I believe now the manager would have looked at other, the scoreline elsewhere, and will be telling the boys, you can go ahead and do it. Both of them they are still drawing. Get the goal, 1 goal, and they know that Nigeria, it's hard for us to get a goal. In fact, I'm still trying to find out how we are going to score in this tournament, because if we can play the likes of Sudan, Senegal, we do not score. Is it this same Congo that that is very hard to to score, and that's the same Congo we want to score? Congo have conceded only 2 goals in this tournament, and scored 2. The same number of goals they concede, the same number of. Whereas Nigeria, we've not scored 1 goal. So it's going to be a very difficult one for Nigeria. But if you look at the start, in terms of the possession, Nigeria is leading on this with the start. But what we want is 3 points. Though they are out already, but at least they should cover themselves. Yes, at least get 3 points. 1 point is not even enough.
Yeah, okay. 1 point is not enough to save face.
Yes.
For the Chan Eagles. Right there, you can join the conversation on our live chat. Let us know what you think and what you feel on this game we are talking about, on this watch-along edition of the Nigeria Congo game right here. It's been an heated conversation right here. Just join in the same way Akim Bello has been part of this conversation. You too, you can be part of the conversation. So let us rub minds, and who knows, the cream de la crew might be watching us and getting 1 or 2 feedbacks to actually apply for a better tournament some other time for the Chan Eagles. So Akim Bello also said, he said, I never expected any good outing for Chan Eagle. The players have done their best, but not enough to take them past the first round. Let us go back to the drawing board. Akim, I think that drawing board, maybe we would need to replace that drawing board, because the Nigerian team has consistently gone back to that same drawing board at the end of the day. So, and the drawing board is referring to here is the league, the Nigerian league. So he also said most of the players in our national team are outside this country. That's why we are even making progress. No home-based player is, I think he wants to say, good enough to be in national team, national senior team. He also said for under 20 World Cup, we are looking for strikers in England. Wow. And this is a very valid point. He said no encouragement for the local players because of their inability to do well in the continent. He also said the coaches find it difficult to take the players to the CAF finals or second round. I blame NFF first for making our league inferior. Now, he mentioned...
Is it NFF or the league, the LMC?
He said the NFF.
But the LMC is in charge of the league.
LMC is under NFF.
But they are
They are an independent body.
they are, of course. So I
NFF
think
controls the creme de la creme in that. We understand that. So let's start with, he spoke about the under 20. I don't want us to just go without touching that aspect. Under 20 looking for strikers, because this is a developmental age group whereby you develop players that can go on. We saw some of the guys that have come through that rank represent the Super Eagles. Looking for them outside Nigeria, the doc. What is your thought on that?
Are you talking in relationship to developing national players?
Yeah, under 20.
To
Now
develop
scouting them outside the country.
No,
You know,
are we
before we
talking
are
of?
used to-
Hold on. Are you talking of champs here or for the national team?
For the national team, he mentioned that Nigeria has now gotten to a stage whereby they scout for players abroad to come and represent Nigeria for the age grade competitions.
Yes. As it is, when you're facing age grade competitions and you're facing the world, you have to put your best foot forward, irrespective of the age. The people that do athletics for Nigeria are not from here.
A lot of them.
No, most of them train abroad. The ones that are really successful, Toby Amuson, Gale, the rest of them that are really successful, they are from the abroad. The basketball team, the FIBA team, most of them are from the US.
Yes.
The Nigerian football team, female team that won the WAFCON,
Most of them.
no, we have home base among them.
maybe one or
Just-
two.
We have, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe one or
just
two home base
just
who are
two.
on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking at your best legs and you're putting them forward. So whether you're playing under 20 or you're playing under 15 or you're playing under 23, you need to put your best leg forward, the best foot forward. It has always been. In the 1986-87, Nigeria has been using professional under 20 players. From there,
What do you mean by professional under 20?
as in international players playing for Nigeria. So then we used to call them professional players because our league was not tagged professional then. Nigeria had a chance to score and just bundled it there.
Yeah,
and
that was a good chance.
I think it was an offside in the first place.
Okay.
The whistle has gone on for an offside.
Yeah.
So if you want to build the team and you want to go through the academy, what you will succeed in doing is get players up, promote them, and then they go again.
But the second half has started. 48 minutes it is in that encounter. Nigeria nil, Congo nil so far. I don't think there has really been any shot on target in this encounter.
No, we've had one
I think-
compared to
one.
Nigeria have had one.
Yeah. So nil it is. And Polo,
Yeah.
your thoughts, I would like to get your thoughts also on the age grade, sourcing for age grade players from abroad rather than the local league to bring them to limelight.
Well, it's embarrassing, to even think that Nigeria having about 200 million, more than 200 million, population, and we are still going abroad to look for players. Though those players they are looking for abroad, they are still Nigerians. I don't think they are looking for.
I don't know why you had
Yeah.
to say we had more than 200 and we're going abroad.
No. What I'm trying to say is that he talked about transition now, from the junior team to the senior team, and I think there's a country I could remember they've banned. If you are, even though you are from that country, as far as you are not playing in that local the league there, they won't call you for that. I think Nigeria should look at that now instead of like under 17 and under 20. Instead of you looking elsewhere abroad, to bring on players. Why don't you say, okay, this is how we are going to be doing it. Under 20 and under 20 and under 17, we'll be using the guys, in the league here. At least it will help them, give them much exposure, going out, playing against teams, other countries, even going to the Junior World Cup instead of going to maybe England, Spain, Moldova, and you'll be surprised that some of those players that are going to look for elsewhere, you see Nigeria going to countries like Cyprus, Estonia, Malta, Gibraltar to go and look for players there to bring to the national team for us.
Olorunyomi Olawale said he said something germane here. He said, "What happened to our football academy, the dog? Because you are not expecting an under-17, except for fewer occasions, to be playing in the league all over the world. Only few times you see these guys. They are supposed to mostly come from the academy. So the dog, what do you think is wrong with the academy?
Now the moment we get them from the academy and we promote them at the World Cup, what happens? They are gone. So you're still going to export these players.
But when you export, you get liquid equity.
Now,
you get cash.
to reinvest.
Yes, to invest.
Now, please, let's get this in parentheses.
All right.
We're looking at why don't we look down or inwards to use to get our youth team. That's the question. Now, what I'm saying is, even if you choose today the best legs under 20, put them out there and they perform well, by the next tournament you have, they are not going to be playing in Nigeria.
Yes. Yeah.
As long as they are good and they perform well, they will be bought abroad. We know why, right?
Yes.
Because our league does not pay that much. That is given. It has been said.
Yeah.
I don't like to go over things
Again,
that have been that we all know.
Yeah.
Our leagues and
But some people don't know. So some people.
no, but you guys have said it all morning. That's what you've been saying.
Yeah,
The
okay.
league is not liquid enough. They don't pay well.
Yeah.
Welfare is not good compared to the abroad.
Yeah.
So they go abroad. So the moment you promote them, they go abroad. So when you now need players to play the next tournament, are you going to fish again? Won't you go for the ones you have already trained and you know these ones are getting better trainings abroad? They have better equipment to work.
When we
play
talk
in better
about
leagues.
8th grade competition, it doesn't work the way you are saying.
Under
because
20,
you said
under
under
23.
17 now. Let's just
They would
focus
have
first.
moved beyond that.
Let's face
If you're talking of academy football, you're talking of under 17, under 15. Those ones are academy football.
Yes.
But when you said age grade, you need to include under 20 and under 23.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm saying. Under 20 this year, most times, or sometimes, or under 17 this year, might not be under 17 next year any longer. So, it is about bringing out talent. Now, I think the worry of Hakim making that, and that was a good attack down the left from Congo. And I think Oyowa is down there holding his head. That was a cross into the box.
Yeah, I think there's a foul there.
But I think an elbow to his face there. But maybe the referee will bring out his card. We don't know yet. But it's up
No, there
and
shouldn't
running
be a
again.
card. It was,
So,
I think it was a 50-50.
I think the worry of Hakim Bello right here that he mentioned is that this is a competition meant to spring out new talent per time. Now the talent are being sourced for outside Nigeria rather than bringing more talent to the limelight.
Now, under 17, under 15, as long as they are Nigerians, they are qualified to compete.
Of course, I agree.
Now, there was a time we didn't have enough players in the diaspora who were eligible to play, especially under 15, under 17. And some of these players were not even, quote and unquote, Nigeria was not even in their interest to come and play for us at under 17 level. I'm not going to under 20 because under 20 is already a professional level. People, they sign professional contracts from 18 years. So those ones are professional level. But I'm looking at academy level, 15 and 17. I know people who bring their children from the US and the UK to come and get trial to be in Nigerian under 17 team in Nigeria. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They bring them in. Why do they do that? These players have been in the academy maybe from 8 years of age or 7. They have gone through the ranks out there. They are now 16 or 15. Nigeria is now advertising for under 17 players. And these players are coming possibly from Southampton, from Bolton Wanderers Academy. They are now coming to do trials. And they are bona fide eligible Nigerians. So how would you stop them from taking the place if they perform better than the local players? How rich is our own academy here compared to those ones who are coming? They're going to fight for shirts. And so if this is a better player, why not field him? He's an eligible player. He's a Nigerian like the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only plays his trade abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So and when you bring them through that stage, we're still developing youth players, although they are not playing here. And go back to what I said earlier. The youth players you develop from Nigeria, bring them through the ranks today. By the time they go for that under-17 World Tournament and they perform well, the next 1 year or 6 months, they won't be playing in the local league anymore.
Yeah,
because
but
they'll be bought.
Yeah, and one thing is that when we are still talking about the age group, you understand, and unlike other countries, you see players progressing from under 17. The next edition, you see that same player under 20, under 23, then to the main team. But in Nigeria now, that's not the case. And I want to say now that this Chan Eagles we are witnessing now, I don't think these ones will ever smell, the national team. And it's very, very bad. You look at most top countries in the world, you see that most of their players, they've played under 15, under 16, under 17, under 18. Nigeria, that's not the case. Even when we are talking about going to look for players abroad, you just go and bring them for the under 20. Once that competition is done, you hardly see them again. So we need to start working out something. Let's go back to the issue of that Korea. You said the manager.
And Nigeria just made it one.
Wow.
And Nigeria just made it one in the 56th minute of that encounter. And the Nigerian number 14, Yusuf, just made it one. Oh.
And you can see our faces are so happy. Hey, we're so excited.
Finally, we got our first goal in this tournament.
Finally, they've gotten a first goal in this
we're so happy at the studio. Hey, yeah. Yeah,
and I said Nigeria needs to at least get a win to save face. We are not saying we should be, but that was a good goal. You had
but
to
Nigeria's win here will be a loss for Congo.
Yeah, that means we'll definitely
a loss for Congo.
At least Nigeria won't be
will be a spoiler for Congo.
But this is not supposed to be a charity point. So if they want to win it, they have to win it on the field of play. So Nigeria leading now at the 56th minute, now 58 already. 1-0 Nigeria. The goal scored by Yusuf, the number 14 for Nigeria right there. So Congo responding with the attack, and in a dangerous area, we try to attempt again, but AFCON, we try to grab this one, and he grabbed it, and the referee says play on, that he did a good job right there. And Akim Bello also said, Doc, you are correct, we groom and the best legs leave the country. Let the investors that want to buy foreign clubs buy our league teams. Government should leave the team to invest for better pay. Now,
absolutely. Can I just respond to Akim's comments?
I'm coming. That is where I'm going to.
Okay.
Actually, it was as if Bello read my thought. Now, how, Doc, do you think the league can be fixed?
Now, this is if I tell you this is a no-brainer, I'll be deceiving you. It requires a lot of strategization. It requires a lot of planning. It requires consultants. Unfortunately, we have been taking this thing like civil service job.
Like a CSR?
No, let me say like civil service job. Not CSR. Civil service job, like there's a format and it should just continue to go in that direction. There's an SOP to follow. If we continue to do the same thing over and over, you can't get a different result. You have to look at it and holistically create a team, not committee. We know what committees do. They gather, they share money, they discuss, they laugh, they bring up some reports. You need to create a team and make them responsible. Set out KPIs for this team. What do we want? How many years are we going to get there? Consultants go to work. If we don't have local consultants, which we do, we have a lot of consultants that can do that for us in the sporting industry, or you could go out there and pick up in the multinational consultants. We have so many of them. I won't mention any name. I'm on air, you know. And these ones can go to work and bring up a roadmap. Let me digress a little and come to the Nigerian economy. The tax reform going on here, did it happen from civil service? From the run of play? No. A team was selected, headed by a young man, and they were given mandates, timelines, and they were given free hand to enter any space, get their
and
data,
to consult with different organizations.
get data, process data, give us a feedback. That is what the league need. The league is not going to need, okay, let us sack this one, let us restart, let us close this. No, we have over 200 clubs in the NNL. How do they fit into the 20 or 40 in the MPFL? MPFL had to break into two so that they can have more people in the MPFL. Why don't we develop the NNL so that the NNL can have grades? In England now, you have Premiership, you have Championship, you have National League 1, National League 2, National League 3, up to 4. Then after National League, you have regional leagues. Can't we have a structure, a format? But that cannot be developed by people in the boardroom who are just doing their daily job for their daily 2K. It has to be by a team of experts, consultants who can do it, and then just like Hakeem said, let the government hands off our local league. So state governments hands off the local league, sell these clubs, own a share of it, 15% or something, or a share of it, sell out the majority.
Okay, before I come to Paul, the doc, I just want you to be direct. What is the first step you think that should be taken? The first step.
The first step is to set up a team. You have to set up a team, a strategy team, the consultants. And they will have to look into all the data and history and then bring out what is applicable in our land. What works in England may not work here. That's the first thing to do.
On our screen, we can see the replay of the goal again. And the Chan Eagles wouldn't mind going out of the competition because they celebrated that goal as if their life depends on it. Right?
They're going to get a match bonus for winning. And the match bonus is up to $10,000, I think. $5,000 or $10,000. So they're not coming home empty-handed after all.
Well, Paul, you heard what the doc said. What is your take on the matter?
Well, if you ask me, I will say is that I think one of our viewers said, the government should hands off the league, and the leagues we need to, find a roadmap, now, because before it gets too late, if it's not already too late, because you see Nigerian teams struggling to make it to the next round. You can't tell me.
Football thing, I don't think it can ever be too late.
Well,
life continues.
Life continues. But you see, have you ever seen teams from? Well, I don't know. Maybe they play qualifier, but I've not seen any teams from countries like Seychelles and Co. in this thing. Is it that they don't have leagues? They have. I think they've not gotten it. And Nigeria now, we are not progressing in terms of the league. When you look at Africa, we are dropping down. Before we used to have about 30 clubs representing Nigeria, but now we are. No, it's not the same. They've dropped.
No, they've not.
No. If you look at the log, you have one. You have one for the CAF Champions League. No, you have two
for Champions League.
But they play qualifiers.
Even Memolodi starts with qualifier. No. That's how it's played. No.
No. Memolodi doesn't start with qualifiers.
There's no reserve.
There's no reserve sport.
No.
You all play qualifiers.
They all play qualifiers. That's what I'm
saying. Even though they play qualifiers, I have to confirm that. But they don't make it to most
for CAF Confederations Cup.
Most time you only have from the 4 that will be represent Nigeria from the CAF and the distance. At the end of the day, you only find maybe 1 playing the group stage. And
of
that
the Confederations Cup.
Not even the CAF. That's that's the lower one, and that one itself might not even pass group stage. So
and
we need to.
it looks like a Nigerian player.
In fact, the scorer.
The goal scorer Yusuf looks like
He's in serious pain.
he's in serious pain right there. 65th minute of that. We can see the cameras on the coach.
I wish the camera would have showed us his reaction when we got that goal. Let me see if
he knows how to jubilate.
So he's jubilating.
You remember it was the former
I
coach
know.
of Mali when Ivory Coast did that comeback.
Even with Nigeria, you know.
Just soak him in a lot of.
Even with Nigeria, you see him sitting, bending, standing, don't know you.
You have to play with the boys. A lot of the best coaches now, they play with the boys.
Yeah.
Guardiola, Arteta, even Luis Enrique, and even Nancy Flick. You play with the boys. Not that you're on the field, but at least emotionally and your attention and all that. So back to your thought.
Yeah, so we need to find a roadmap now for the league, and find a way to improve the league, and first of all, the government should hand over the league.
I want it to be direct. With
because we last season what we saw in the league, you see that the teams that is not owned by the government is actually doing well, because they were able to put things in order. Nothing like you won't hear things like we are owing you salary, no this and that, player going on strike. Though other leagues too, they might be doing that, maybe some other African league, but Nigeria, we need to find a way to stop those things and put the league in order, because if your league is not okay, it will definitely affect the national team, and that is what is currently happening now with the national team. And you could see now that the Chan Eagle, this is not even the under 20. This one is supposed to be more more competitive than the under 20, because these ones are like the senior team. They are more or less like the team B of the Super Eagle. That's the main national team, but they are not playing like the main team. I think the under 20 or even the under 17 will even do better than what we are seeing with these guys right now. I can't. It's been a while I've seen even the under 17 or the under 20. Rocking bottom, playing 3 match in the group stage, not even getting a goal before this goal we've just scored now, and we're already out. So the NFF, the league management board, everybody needs to come together, and find a way to make sure that our league improve. Otherwise, it will definitely affect the national team. If you look at countries that have won, take for example the Spanish national team now, you see that most of the players they use, they come from the league.
Yeah.
They come from the league, and you could see that because of that, they have identity of how they want to play. We cannot continue to be bringing players from different countries with different idea. You look at you look at Spain, as a whole, the clubs, they have the way they play. When you see a Spanish team playing, you know that this is a Spanish team. When you see an English team, irrespective of which club it is, you know that this club is from England. They have but Nigerian league here, we don't really have that. So it also affects the Super Eagle, because you go ahead.
For you now, the first has to be Nigeria. Nigerian government handing off football to the private sector, and you spoke about the private clubs that are well run, not really owning their players. But you see, coming down to that, the doc, if you look at the Nigerian league model right now, a lot of the a lot of the club, maybe I think 17, 16 out of the 20 clubs are owned and run by the government, which they are not run like a profit-making entities, unlike the privately run clubs that they want to make profit. Now, and that has brought a gap. You see them fighting, I don't want to call them principalities or all those whatnots. What do you think can be done to at least let there be a level playing field?
Okay, so the challenge here, number one, is that you can't run.
And before your thought, Elvis, right there, it's the 70th minute already, and Nigeria is leading 1-0. It's past halftime already. So Nigeria is leading 1-0 right now against Congo. The goal scored by Yusuf. The doc, your thoughts.
Okay, so the first challenge here is you can't run any business successfully by the government officials. So government has no business in business. That's the first rule of the thumb. Now, for us to make progress here, state governors who run these clubs are running it as a CSR. Okay, so they are using this as a social welfare program for the youth. Okay, and this stemmed from what used to be back in the days. Now, even if they are going to stem off or keep their hands off, the private investors, are they willing to take over Nigerian Premier League sponsorship? That's the next question you want to ask right now. Are the private investors willing? If they are willing, will they be able to sustain this league? Okay, we saw MFM a couple of years ago. They came in strong. They were up for like 3 or 4 seasons. And they are gone now. They are bankrupt and dissolved.
I think they've disbanded.
Ifa and Yoruba, where are they right now?
They actually returned this club. They bought the slot.
So you have those challenges from private investors and corporations failing. So the ones that remain are the ones usually run by government, which are run by national budgets. So the federation, the states, they run youth and sports development into their budget when the year starts. So it's that money they are going to use to fund the football clubs that are owned by the state. However, because the money they are using to fund these football clubs are not sufficient, they are not enough to actually power the club to profitability. And because the government has a say in it, you're going to have civil servants have priorities, and they have players they want to impose on the team and on the coaches because they are the ones paying the pipers. So who pays the piper dictates the tune.
Yeah.
So it is natural that they control it, and with that, the coaches won't have free hands, the technical team won't have free hands. And how about the fans? Are they going to get the best from the state-owned team? Okay, you mentioned the case of privately owned clubs. Paulo mentioned it. Some of them are doing well. Raymond Stars. You have, which other one is presently doing well, apart from
Sporting Lagos.
Sporting Lagos.
Kun Khalifa that just got promoted.
You know, a good number of those ones
and
will come up.
Ikorodu City.
Now, I'm going to tell you a prophecy now. In 5-10 years, those privately run clubs are going to push down the government-owned entities. Do you know why? Because now Nigerians are beginning to watch football matches. Last season, the attendance at Raymond Stars was unprecedented. Their stadium that is in Ekene. Before then, Sporting Lagos had full capacity of people watching them at Oniko.
Yeah.
And they were building their own stadium in Lekki. I'm not sure they have completed that stadium. But when they do, Nigerians will be watching and will be paying. And the moment Nigerians are watching, investors and corporations will start advertising.
Yeah.
So there will be money in the hands of these private investors. And the state government-owned clubs are not going to get any different because they'll be running on budgets. So 5-10 years, if nothing happens to push them down, these privately owned clubs will continue to thrive.
But what about the politics of the game?
Now, the politics are going to come in with the highest bidders. Even in Premiership and not the best clubs in the world. The Real Madrids of this world still control what happens in Europe. Take it or leave it. They will come and say, there's no like that. There are some, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. That's the fact.
That's why some animals make other animals.
So that's the fact. So those politics will always be there, but we're saying minimize it.
Well, You heard the dog's thought. He said you can actually minimize it because, yeah, politics is everywhere in the world. So far, human beings are present in a particular space. There will be politics, either you like it or not. Now, Paul, you heard the dog's thought on telling us that the government should answer. And now, looking at the way it is, there is untapped potential income for Nigeria in the because Nigerians are natural football lovers.
Yeah.
The rate at which Nigerians spend their money on football, we can see viewing centers whenever these big clubs are playing. Some dream of going to the stadium abroad. So the love of the game is there. You can see even the passion in which they talk about their different teams they support abroad. Now, that same passion, I think, can be harvested by the Nigerian government. Now, if the government wants to be intentional, what do you think the government should be doing? Let me have your thoughts, but I have some that we can actually add to it.
You mean by
what the government can do to actually make the league work?
Well, the government can do a lot, and first of all, like we all agreed here now that, they should hand over the league and, make sure that they don't have any involvement, because one thing we've seen with Nigerian league for not just now but for a very long time, and even most Nigerians will tell you that every home team will definitely win because there's too much interference in it. You hardly see a away team win, but I think for the past 2 seasons now it has been changing, and we need to see that happen. And there should be much more serious. Now you see some teams, teams like when away team goes to home team and win, you see before you see talks, disrupting match, beating of referee. Those things needs to stop. Government needs to I think that's where the government needs to come in. And one other thing is that we talk about fans coming to watch the game. That's on the government part. When you make the environment more conducive and you see people coming, and also the clubs themselves, they need to attract fans. And how do they do that? You look at most of these European teams, like for today it has been confirmed, a team like Sunderland.
And the Nigerian number 10 Adedayo just got into the books of the referees, a yellow card. 78 minutes of that encounter, still Nigeria 1, Sudan 0. And the other fixture right there, Sudan Senegal, still 0-0 at this point in time. Oh, that tackle from Adedayo looks really harsh. You can continue with your thoughts.
Yeah, what I was saying about the fans coming to the stadium, like for today, it has been confirmed. You look at what Sunderland Football Club, who recently got promoted, did to attract fans. They had to reduce the ticket price. Then for people above 65 years, they pay even lesser than and also people below, I think. 15 downwards also pay the same thing. That is £5. Why the normal adults now pay £10? Nigerian league can also bring that. More especially the clubs, though clubs charge different, they don't different fees. So at least start by bringing the fee down, then probably saying the children should be entering for free. The parents will want to bring those children, and the parents will definitely pay.
Before we get to where you're talking about, the doc. Looking at your perspective on this, especially the government, the role the government can play in making the Nigerian game visible, the Nigerian league.
Okay, so it's not government's responsibility.
But they have a role
even the
to
security
play.
he mentioned about. It should be on the part of the owners of the stadium and the club. The first thing we want them to do is allow these clubs to be privatized. Retain part of the ownership. Let private companies own the majority. Nigerian government has money in Dangote refineries. We have about 3% there. but it's owned by Dangote. It's going to be run profitably. Same thing you can do with all these clubs. Assign a portion and let private companies run it. When Remo Stars Security, have you been there to watch a match live recently?
No.
They have beautiful security arrangement. It's not government. It's not the Kenya government. It's not the Lagos Ogun State government. It is Remo Stars Football Club. They organize their own security. All right? And then you have to recruit stewards, people, on-field security, and you have to recruit policemen, task force, and co that will secure the perimeter. So those are going to be done by the club owners. The next one is where you're looking at, apart from security, you're also looking at how government can make it work and make people enjoy the game, right?
Yeah.
You said how they can make people watch the game.
Yeah.
It's not government's responsibility. It's purely the league management team as well as the owners of the clubs. So this league management, is it LMC or
LMC,
yeah. League management company.
Yeah.
That league management company is a private company. They're supposed to run that thing they're supposed to run it like a corporation, like a private company. They have a CEO. They have executive directors.
When you look at it, look at the major countries that their league are running. You can see the hand of government one way or the other. Now, where am I going to? If you look at if you go to maybe Teslim Balogun or maybe the National Stadium in Lagos here, you will see that the facility is not in the best state. Now, I think the league needs infrastructure. And that infrastructure, if the government starts running the league to a profitable way, is that just...
Who built the league for Remo Stars?
No.
Who built the stadium for them?
No, I'm coming. Not every club has the kind of owner that Remo Stars.
Sorry.
Now, even West Ham. Do you know that West Ham is renting a stadium?
They are renting a stadium. They are paying to use the stadium.
That's where I'm going to. Now, the thing is this. Even Sporting Lagos was paying for Onikon. Where I'm going to is, where are these... A lot of clubs have been banished to other states.
Because they don't have stadiums.
So I think, like now, for instance, the government, maybe during the next meeting, can issue an advisory for all the states. Build at least 2 stadiums facility in your state so that the clubs can rent if they want to.
Let me get you right here and let me bring something to the records. The government has a responsibility to the nationals, right? They have a budget for youth and sport development.
Just to Elvis is now 83rd minute of this encounter. Nigeria still leading 1-0 at this point. And Akim Bello says, we can't compare European leagues to Nigerian leagues. Yes, of course, we are not saying they are at par. But let us start from somewhere. We would soon get there. Our under 17 under 20 are also rice and beans, home-based and more foreign-based. Okay, I get your point. He said he's in Kano. He knows some people, that is Akim Bello speaking, he said he knows some people who made it during the under 17 World Cup in 99. Until now, they are still okay. There are a lot of money jobs in the league if we can make it standard. Selling of jerseys too. We'll get that. Yeah. That's later on. Doc, your thoughts?
What we're trying to say here is, because you're putting a lot on the government, football has evolved. If you want to be profitable, you need to take ownership of football. How are the banks getting the money to build their branches? How is Dangote, or how did he get the money to build a $20 billion refinery? And that's not the only... Please hold on. That's not the only corporation he owns. He still owns sugar. He owns flour. How are the Ufa and Ubas able to buy the oil blocks they are running? Because they saw profit ahead. And they knew that they had to invest to get to the profit. How did Remo Stars, or what led him to invest so much into having 3 or 4 pitches in that stadium? 2 teams he's building. He's been paying those teams for the past 6, 7, 8 years before they got to limelight. They just won their first major trophy after 8, 10 years of building and paying, because he saw profit ahead. So if we're not ready to harvest from football, we're not going to get the result we need. If you keep waiting for the government to build stadia and then rent it out to people, we're not serious. Until you decide to have stake in football management. This is our club. We are registered. Where is your playing ground? We don't have one, but we have an arrangement with Lagos State. We will use Agege Stadium. Government is saying our budget does not cover Agege Stadium this year. We can't fix it. We can't repair it. And you tell the government, we are ready to partner with you. We want Agege Stadium signed to us as our stadium for 5 years. We're going to pay this much every year to the government, and we are going to maintain it. We will finish the work, and we will maintain and own that stadium. Isn't that a business arrangement?
That's a business arrangement.
Must the government finish the stadium?
But you have to.
No, the government doesn't have to finish the stadium. You bring a business proposal, bring your business plan. What do you have in plan? How long is this plan going to run? How do you intend to fund it? Does the government intervene in Barcelona? Do they intervene in Girona? Do they intervene in Sunderland? Even if they borrow, Aston Villa borrows stadium from the government, there are possibly 3 or 4 that are borrowing that in London.
It's not borrowed. They even lease it because.
Let's even say they lease and they pay. They are just like 3 or 4. Because over the years, they have found out that football is profit. So even the government that is leasing it to you is making a lot of money off you. And they are using money to invest to make money. So here, the National Stadium, let's leave the National Stadium. It's a monument. Leave it there. Teslim Balogun, is it okay? Can we reach an agreement? You guys are not using it. Can we sign a contract for 10 years
and
while we build our own?
Another issue that I think has to be addressed is, now, a club going into use a Teslim Balogun of maybe 30,000 or 20,000, I don't know, their capacity.
I think it's 15.
And your fan base is just around 5,000, 3,000 capacity. It is like, it will feel more like you are not playing at home.
Because that statement, pardon me to use this word, was not carved out of a vision. You are looking at your present state. You are looking at your present state when you haven't added any value to your football. But we're saying add value to football and watch it if fan base will not grow. We don't have anywhere to watch matches around Lagos right now. The nearest place.
There's Onikon.
No, which club is playing at Onikon?
Ikorodu City, yeah.
Ikorodu City plays at Onikon.
Even Sporting Lagos.
Yeah.
Both of them play.
Yeah,
apart from Onikon.
Khalifa now.
Wait,
I'm not
apart
sure
from
they played there,
Onikon and Ikorodu, Ikorodu playing at Onikon. Is there any other stadium where we watch football around here? No. Some of us have to travel to Ogun State to go and watch Remo Stars. What if somebody that has a big pocket sees the future? 5 years time, I can recoup my money. Why must you look at recouping your money in 1 year? You have fan base of 3,000. You rent a stadium of 15,000. Shouldn't that tell you that, 1, we need to grow our marketing, number 2, we need to do things that will attract people, and then number 3, we need to add value to our club?
Who are those people that will try to attract investors?
It's a private company. You create a... That's why I said make it a private business company. Private business company.
Entirely.
The league is already privatized. LMC runs it. It's a business.
You know, right now the way they are running it is private affiliated to the government.
No. They are under a regulation. Hello, let's not mix it up. Let's not mix it up.
Okay.
They are under a regulatory body called NFF. All right. It's just like the banks in Nigeria. They are private banks, but they are regulated by CBN.
Yeah.
Exactly. So NFF is a federation agency of the government, but LMC is a private company. So run your business like the banks are running their businesses. Are they profitable?
So there's a substitution here. Antonio coming in for Anas for Nigeria. 90th minute of that encounter. Nigeria still leading 1 goal to nil, and a free kick to Nigeria. Ismaila will take this one, and let's see if he can make something out of it. Maybe it will be 2-0 to end this one. And I think he's complaining about the wall or something. So let's see if he will be able to convert this
There's
one.
a VAR check
Oh,
there.
there's a VAR check right there. I think for a possible red card right there. Oh, that's. I think that would be a red
Oh,
card.
and that's what sent Yusuf out.
Out.
Or is that number 19?
That's number 19
That's
for
what sent
Nigeria.
him out. That was
Sikiru.
a very bad tackle on his ankle.
I think that should be Sikiru.
Precisely on his Achilles tendon. And then for point of correction,
Sikiru
initially
Alimi. I think his name is Sikiru. Is it
okay.
Sikiru Alimi?
we said something about the location of the championship.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is being
Sikiru
played
Alimi.
in 3 nations:
Mm.
Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania.
All right.
So for our fans who got the wrong information earlier, Nelson Mandela Stadium was mistaken to be South Africa yesterday. That's why he insisted it was in South Africa. But that
It wasn't.
Mandela Stadium is actually in Uganda.
Yeah.
So there are 3
Yeah.
nations hosting this tournament.
Yeah, so the referee is still checking the VAR, so it might be that Congo will have a man down, as most likely with what I'm seeing on my screens, because that is a stamp, a full studded stamp on the Nigerian players right leg. Sikiru Alimi right there, the Remo Stars
Striker.
striker right there. So the clock is ticking, the time is winding down.
I think it should be a red card, and the decision is about to be taken now.
So the referee have seen what he wants to see, so he's about to decide. VAR he has
Summoning the
consulted the
player.
VAR and summoning the player, and let's see what he will do.
He dips into
I think
his
it should be
pocket.
yellow now because
He's summoning the player looking like he didn't know.
He
So
withdrew
yeah.
the yellow card.
Wow.
he withdrew the yellow card and
And gave him a
sent
red.
Wow.
the player off red card.
from,
I think
so-
we saw it, and
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks.
it was
it
No,
looks
I
more-
think it's a fair judgment.
Yeah, it looks
because
more-
the stamping
So
was
Atipo-
deliberate.
the number 18 for Congo has been red carded in that
Nigeria
encounter.
not
So
progressing
9
and
minutes,
stopping,
9 minutes additional time it will be, and already in the 3rd minute of additional time, 1-man advantage to Nigeria. That was a serious
that was a
foul.
very, very
They sent the player
terrible.
out
Yeah.
already. The player is out. He couldn't continue. Was
Ah.
a very bad tackle.
serious. That's a serious.
Just,
unnecessary
I just hope the
tackle.
player don't,
Oh, that's a
So,
serious.
so that's my own submission of how we can. That's another goal. Nigeria scores.
So
Yeah.
Nigeria makes it 2
Let's
in the
hope.
3rd minute
let's hope it's
of
not an offside.
additional time.
The same number 19.
Oh,
so Nigeria just sending Congo home.
the
That-
same number 19 that got fouled, Sikiru Alimi of Remo Stars, made it 2 for Nigeria.
Let's
Right,
hope it's not
yeah.
an offside. VR is still checking for that goal.
No, it's not an
Definitely
offside.
not an offside. Beautiful header.
That's a beautiful header
Beautiful.
from Sikiru
And
Alimi.
you know that's what I'm talking about. If they played like this all along, beautiful header, make attempts, put pressure on your opponent, even if you don't win, Nigerians will not complain. Our expectations were low now. Do you get? It's not like we expect them to come and be superheroes. We know they are Chan. So, impress us.
Okay, Patrick Matthew says blame NFF, not players. If we have a serious football association, those schoolboys' mistakes made versus Senegal and Sudan wouldn't have been made during competitive,
So
friendly
he's talking
matches
about
and
blaming the technical
corrected
crew.
before tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blame
So,
the technical crew.
he's talking about NFF here.
He
That they
said
could have
if-
played more friendly matches,
Technical
made
crew.
those mistakes, and not make them in competition.
Technical.
And those friendly match should be playing against other, not when you most friendly they do is they play, you see the Chan Eagles playing the under 17 at home, playing the local club. But why don't you organize friendly match with other African countries? At least they get to know some of the opponent. When you organize friendly, you say Chan Eagles versus under 17 Super Eagle. Golden Eaglet, Chan Eagle versus they even play some of these teams in NNL. That's not the real friendly for you should be organizing
So
for the
that will tell us that the quote and unquote the technical crew is faulty. Okay, so it's not the players, it's not the clubs, it's the crew that put them there, because if they finance them enough, they will be able to open chest, say, okay, we want to play Congo, we want to play Cameroon, at least 2 friendlies before this tournament.
And one other
they
thing
will
is
have to play those matches.
No,
you
until
can
when
even
the
host
tournament
them. You don't even have to travel. You can host those matches. But we'll be paying, and these guys don't want to pay.
And then one thing again is when we eventually want to play friendly, we always wait until when there's a tournament. We don't take advantage of FIFA windows to, apart from the Super Eagle, you hardly see the under 17, the Chan Eagles, playing friendly during. But you look at the English national team, you will see the under 20, under 17, under 18, under 19. Yes, they always have a friendly when there's a FIFA window.
Competitions. We
have to we wait to when maybe 2 months to the tournament before you see them start organizing friendlies. It's not encouraging at all.
Not really encouraging. The book of lamentation that we have been opening since the beginning of this Watchalong edition. I hope you are blessed with this analysis as much as we have been enjoying it and blessed also from it. And it's currently the 7th minute of additional time. The goalkeeper for Congo currently receiving treatment. Looks like he might not be able to continue.
It's going home already.
But he doesn't want to leave because it's just 2 minutes to the end of the game. He wants to remain on the field.
I think that 2 minutes they will add more to it because of those
time wasting.
VAR check and the goalkeeper receiving treatment right there. So it's 2-0 to the Chan Eagles right there. Alimi and Yusuf, the difference in this encounter so far. Now, the doc, we read the comment of Matthew. It looks like it's sounding more like if these players had more games, maybe they would have done better.
What Matthew was trying to say is this: the technical build-up to this tournament was inadequate.
How many competitions has Nigeria gone to that the build-up has been adequate? Even the female competition that they won, was it
so
adequate?
that's what it's pointing
I
out.
think it's inadequate.
It's also inadequate. They won, the Falcons won, Super Falcons.
A lot of it has to do with the planning, the budget, and the people managing. How much do they have to execute these matches? What is in the budget? What's in the portfolio for these matches? How many friendly matches can they afford to organize for Chan, for Super Eagles, for AFCON, for? So you have to look at the kind of portfolio they are running, and that has a lot to do with their organization.
Yeah, and I think they put a lot of focus on the Super Eagle than the other national team. Yeah, so I think they should be looking at the junior ones, because if we are not making progress from from the grassroots, there's no how the Super Eagle. It's really all this thing you are saying is affecting the Super Eagle itself. Because if our players are graduating from under 15, 16, 17 till they get to the Super League, you will see the difference in the national team. Look at our national team today. I can tell you now that most of them, they've not played under 16, under 15, or under 17, under 20 for the national team. You just see them bringing, somebody from yet another country, from or even from Nigeria that has not even played under 15, under 20, under 21 before. So we need to start looking at how to make sure that you develop them from from under 15, under 16, even under 13. I don't think we have under 13 in Nigeria. We start from under 17.
We have under 13. Use fun.
But you hardly see anything there from them.
At the 4th minute of additional time, the second goal
loud.
scorer Sikiru Alimi was withdrawn for Obaje, and also Akoni was also withdrawn for Aruna in that encounter. So with the way it stands, it looks like Sudan will top this group with +4 goal difference, followed by Senegal, which will have +2. And those +4 was
thanks to Nigeria. Yeah, thanks
and
to
the
Nigeria.
+2 is also thanks to Nigeria too. So Nigeria will be going out with 3 points and a -4 goal deficit. Right?
At least we reduce the deficit a little bit.
What's the essence of reducing when they will be on the next available flight away from the competition? Now Nigeria going forward, we try again and he shoots. Oh, and it went way higher right there. So 9 minutes additional time has been exhausted, and so let's see how many more minutes the referee will decide to add at the end of the day.
Okay, so just to put this in, and for our viewers, the current holders of this tournament is Senegal, and that was their first title for the African Championship Cup for them. And the highest holders, the people with the highest number of trophies
right.
are Democratic Republic of Congo and Morocco, both of them holding 2 each.
And I think they are still in the competition, both of them. We just have to confirm, because I know there's DRC. You are playing, and
and you have to talk about Egypt not really showing interest.
I think they pulled out.
Yeah.
A
Because
lot of countries. I think some countries withdrew.
teams, their home base players practically dominate a lot of their national teams.
And the Morocco and DRC, they're actually in the same group, which is Group A, and I think DRC is out because they finished 3rd on 6 points, while Morocco came 2nd behind Kenya, who is on 10 points.
And so the referee sounds his final whistle, and Nigeria winning that one 2-0. Let me start from you, Paul. Your overall take on the match, your overall summary of what you saw today.
Well, I think first of all, I'll just say kudos to them, for getting the 3 points, at least to save face, like you said, and I was saying it here. At least a win, we at least reduce the shame. But you look at the game properly. The first half wasn't much. Nigeria didn't actually do much in the first half. Though we were controlling the game, but we didn't actually show any purpose or intent. But in the second half, we actually step up, and we got those 2 were deserving goal. But overall, I think they deserve the victory. But we need to come back, like one of our viewers said, that we need to go back to the drawing board and look at areas that we are lacking, what happened, so that we will not suffer this kind of embarrassment in the next edition.
And the dog.
Well, it is what it is. The health of the team here is clearly what is happening in the Nigerian space. From the national MPFL, league management bodies, and the NFF. All of them have been very open now that they are not doing what they should be doing. They are not adequate, and they are not in charge of the CHAN team. In fact, they have not paid enough attention to the CHAN egos. As it is, they played whatever they could play. The first 2 matches were terrible, both in performance and in result. And this last one, perhaps because Congo is a weaker opponent, they played better than Congo. They got the results that we want, and they can go home with at least 1 match bonus to take home. I wish them well in their encounters, but a lot of them, apart from the players themselves not being fit, I put a lot of blame on the management of these players, their tactics, their strategies, as well as the NFF for the way they have managed these guys. So it's goodbye from me.
All right, so you heard Polo and the Doc himself, and it has been a mouth-watering show. It has been exciting. It has been knowledge impactful to everyone that has joined us and even us on this set. My name is Afolayan Adeyemi Joseph. Don't forget, you can only fail if you stop trying. Join us for our subsequent bulletin right here on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. Do well to subscribe, and don't forget, we'll come to your viewing pleasure part time. We have a lot of materials here for you to consume for your viewing pleasure. Till next time, goodbye and God bless you.